Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Stock. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Today we're going to talk about some of the stocks that were moving in the stock market, some of the ones that really caught my attention and ones that I would like to share with you. I'm going to do my very best to make this a quick one, so let's get on with the show. Let's get ready to rock. Welcome back. I'm pleased to announce that I just dropped my very first newsletter for the Patreon. The Patreon is growing. I'm excited to see people flooding in there and coming over to the private Discord talking about stocks. Today was exciting to see all the green in the markets and to see all of our investments that we have, or nearly all of our investments, really take back some of those gains that we had before, that some of the red that we had in the previous week wiped out for us. Also over in the Patreon is my growth portfolio, and this month I'm going to start putting out my dividend portfolio for everyone to see. So I'd love to see you over there. The link for the Patreon is down in the description. So check out that description. Come join us at the Patreon. Can't wait to see you there. If you're looking for a trading platform, check out Webull. There's a link down in the description. By signing up and depositing $100, you get 4 free stocks. For the referral, I get 2 free stocks. It helps support this channel. It helped me get this equipment that I'm currently filming on. So new camera, new mic, and also I was able to incorporate that into a new setting with my background involved here. So just a few other props. Again, that link for Webull is down in the description. Thanks ahead of time for that. And also, if you do sign up, I hope you enjoy. Finally, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Let's move on to the stocks. So what you're looking at here on the TV is the VIX, and you can see the recent spike that we had in the volatility over here. There, I'll make it more center on the screen for you, widen it out a little bit. So we had a huge spike in volatility last week going into the trading, especially with all the short squeeze information that we had and all the disruptions economically. And then moving into this week, this last red bar is what we have here, and it's a drop in the volatility, so that's a good thing. We had a green day in the market, really hoping to see things settle down. GME, AMC, they lost some of their steam. Also, KOSS lost some of their steam throughout the day, as the market news points out that the short squeezers, as they are referring to them, or maybe the Redditors, or maybe just some of the retail traders who are part of that, have moved on to try to move into more of a silver squeeze. So with that, it's questionable over how much success there would be in squeezing the silver markets. We'll see. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. First, I would like to talk about some other things. So the first stock that I want to talk to you about is SENS, and with SENS you can see on the screen back here that it had a recent spike in price. This is a penny stock. What they do is they have a subcutaneous device that, once inserted in the skin, people with type 1 or type 2 diabetes can have a CGM, which is a continuous glucose monitoring device that they can wear over top that sensor. And right now they have a 90-day that was recently approved, and so that's why we saw the recent volume spike and spike in their price. And they're working on getting a 180-day approved and also working on a 365-day approved. And I can tell you, not my experience as a diabetic, but knowing people who have type 1 and type 2 diabetes, my niece wears a CGM right now, and the kind she has is one where a needle has to go into her skin, and that site has to be changed every 7 to 10 days. And if it's not changed, or if maybe it loses effectiveness early, it can really throw off her blood sugar numbers, and it can really dilute the effectiveness that she would have from wearing that CGM device. The other trouble is that the little tube that connects so that she can get the insulin when she needs it, sometimes that'll catch on something and get ripped out, and if she goes swimming or something like that, she has to take off the device, which means she has to detach it, and then she has still that needle piece for the injection site in her skin, and then she has to patch over it. With this subcutaneous device, it would just be a matter of wearing the device itself over top the sensor that would be under the skin, and then it could be easily, from what I understand, easily removed, set aside, and then put back on just as easily. So what we can see is that this price of about $2.69, it's been kind of trading sideways for a little while, and that's a good thing for a penny stock, is that we want to see it hold its price. We don't want to see that sharp wall upwards followed by that sharp decline back down. So it moved up in price, and now it's holding steady. We want more market adoption for this. We just got some positive news today. I believe that over in Europe that they're starting to adopt this device. We'd like to see the United States has broader adoption for this as well. And the more we hear about people using it and more facilities pushing it and that it's covered by more insurances, we're going to see a lot more revenue coming out of Senseonics. SENS is the ticker symbol. And that would be good strength for this company, and that would just be a matter of them taking care of their financials so that way they can return it to their stockholders. The next stock that I have for you is ABML, and you can see recently the run-up in price that they've had, and I missed the boat on this one. Originally, that I missed the first spike in price that it had, and I was waiting for it to come back down so that I could have a buying opportunity. Last week gave me that buying opportunity, and I jumped into it, and I'm already up about 30% of my money. I just happened to be able to get in right at this bottom here, and you can see we're still not back up at that top that it's at. And ABML, right now they're currently in the works of getting a facility going for recycling lithium batteries, and so right now while they don't have that facility, it's still going to trade like a penny stock. But as the EV market grows and as we need more and more recycling from those lithium batteries, because lithium is a rare earth metal and it's hard to mine, it's hard to come by, so reusing the stuff that we have is going to be essential for the EV market success for lithium ion batteries. So ABML is one to watch. It still has some movement that it can go. It did run up, it did correct a little bit, maybe a little bit overcorrected, and now maybe we might see it trade sideways, or maybe we'll see it continue its run upward. We'll really have to keep an eye on how this stock progresses. Alright, so here's the chart for CCIV, and you can see for this SPAC that when the rumor came out that they would merge with Lucid Motors, just the rumor, it really ran up in price. I got in right around this area that you see here, right around the $18 mark, and then the rumor got a little bit more involved, more excited about the rumor. News came out that said, hey, we are in talks with CCIV, with Churchill Capital, about this merger. And as a result, we saw another pop, and then the excitement kind of died off, and we had some economic news that wasn't really all that favorable about the state of the economy and the delayed stimulus, and we kind of rode it back down. We had volatility in the market, and then we started this slow, steady climb back up. And then finally, in the after hours of today, we had another run up in the price, almost to $30 a share. So this is something that we expected coming along with that rumor and with that positive news. So I think that we're starting to get in really good shape for this, that people are getting really excited. I think that we can hit somewhere between that $35 and $40 mark on CCIV. So keep an eye on this stock. I think it continues to be a hot stock, and people are really excited about Lucid Motors becoming publicly traded, and I've heard some people talk about it as being in a rival position with Tesla for some of the luxury EVs. So it's something to keep an eye on, and right now we've seen this room, and as far as I know, they haven't announced those plans to merge. So it's something that we want to keep our eyes on and just be careful, because there's always that risk that the merger doesn't happen and this falls right back down to $10 a share, which at this point would be losing 66% of its value. Finally, I have two things left. First of all, GME. I was wondering just how long this would go, and just how high we would see it go. I saw things saying that the short squeeze would cause it to run up over $1,000, and so far that has yet to happen. I think in the aftermarket hours here, it's like about $185, $187 or so. So maybe some of that has died off with the move into the silver market. The silver market is the next place that the short squeeze was anticipated to go, and silver prices were, stocks for silver were really moving in the market today, and silver bars moved up. I think that they peaked around $30 an ounce at one point in time, and what I was reading about that is that this is the highest price increase that we've seen in silver since like 2009, so that's 12 years worth. So that volatility is still there. We still have a lot of funny movement, and especially as we have those restrictions in the trading platforms, I think that we'll continue to see a little bit more volatility until really the economy smooths out, and as there is better consensus over whether or not there's market manipulation or equity in the market. Those are all things, or equality in the market, those are all things that we're looking for. So with the silver market up today, I don't know how long that's going to run. Other companies like AMC, Nokia, other places, KOSS, where the short squeezers were there, they seem to have died off and started to move that effort into the silver market, trying to put a short squeeze there. We don't know if it'll cause the amount of disruption that is anticipated in the silver market, but it certainly was enough to make large jumps, the biggest increases that we've seen in a really long time with the silver market. So knowing that retail investors are able to come together in this way in order to affect markets in such a large way really is a powerful thing, and it's something that we have to factor into our game plans, that, you know, keep it on our radars, that this stuff might happen and it might continue to happen, and it might become something that has to be adopted into our strategy and something to look out for. And I think a lot of people already anticipated the silver markets and already traded into it leading up to today's trading day. So that's what I have for you today. Senseonics, they're the only ones who have the subcutaneous device for the continuous glucose monitoring, and they're doing really good things with that. So hopefully financially it turns back out for the stockholders. Just keep an eye on that one. ABML, also expected to be very good for lithium-ion battery recycling. So keep them on your radars as well. There's definitely some financial opportunities made short term, and if you believe in their long-term fundamentals, you know, maybe there's a long-term play there as well. Cciv, just be careful, because if the news comes out that merger is not going through, we see it fall flat to $10, losing about 66% of its value. Right now, it's hyped, it's up there. Some people might be locking in profits. We'll really just have to wait and see on that one. If the merger is announced, if it is made official, I think that we could easily see it go $35 or $40 a share based on the action that we've seen so far without that happening. The short squeeze plays that we've seen with GME, AMC, Nokia was also on that list. There was a whole bunch of them. I think Robinhood had like 50 on their list or so. I know Ameritrade had a whole bunch of them that are still restricted in ways for trading, and I can't wait to see how that comes out. I'm all about equity in the market, that I think everybody should have an equitable opportunity in order to make those trades and make them in a fair way. So if that is what's happening, good. If that's not what's happening, then we got to fix it, because we don't need those systemic issues causing those differences, because that always just causes difficulties in relationships between people. And I believe two really big things. First, we need the environment. Second, we need each other. And, you know, without the environment, then we don't have each other in the first place. That's why it's ordered that way. So that's what I have for you today. My Patreon, come on over, check it out. The link's in the description. Can't wait to see you there. Webull, if you need a trading platform, sign up, deposit $100, get your 4 free stocks, help me out, help support the channel. Thank you ahead of time. That link is also down in the description. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Remember, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research and your due diligence. Contact a financial advisor before making any financial decisions. I'm Dr. Stock. Thanks for rocking with me. Now go get that money.